Hi, and welcome to Plane Legacy. I'm Bill, and today we're looking at an airplane with a unique biplane design called a stagger wing. Plane Legacy brings you the less common vintage aircraft filmed at museums from around the United States, highlighting the contributions to aviation of both the aircraft and the people associated with them. If you enjoy aviation history like I do, then let's get started with today's episode. At first glance, you might think of it as a largely forgotten World War II light aircraft. But the Model 17 has been held in high regard in the aviation community for its graceful and classical style. Built for the executive transport world of the 1930s, the Beechcraft Model 17 also found its place in air races and record-setting flights of the day. The aircraft was custom built by hand in a complex process and commanded a hefty retail price for the time. Beech managed, though, to produce 424 between 1933 and the outbreak of World War II. What made the aircraft unusual was the wing placement, with the lower wing sitting forward of the upper wing, leading to the aircraft commonly being called the stagger wing. First flown on November 4, 1932, that wing design was intended to improve aerodynamics, an effort that proved disappointing, but did provide good visibility for the pilot. It featured an enclosed cabin with a fabric-covered fuselage. While constructed with a conventional landing gear configuration, the gear was retractable, adding to the streamlined efficiency of the design. Several sources comment that retractable landing gear on this type of aircraft was uncommon for the time. Early in its career, design improvements moved the ailerons to the top wing in a model designated the D-17. That model also featured improved controls and braking, and featured a longer fuselage. Over the years, as many as 10 different radial engines were fitted to this aircraft. The engines ranged from about 350 to 710 horsepower, depending on the variant, some of which were supercharged. Three Model 17s were tested by the U.S. Army Air Force, designated YC-43s. These aircraft were eventually assigned to American embassies in London, Paris, and Rome and operated by Army personnel. The U.S. Army Air Force deployed this aircraft in the European Theater of Operations under the designation UC-43, UC for Utility Cargo. The U.S. Navy designated theirs the GB-1 or GB-2, G for General and B for the manufacturer, Beech, while the British Royal Air Force and Royal Navy referred to theirs as the Traveller 1. This aircraft was employed for liaison and light transport and courier duties. The UC-43 Traveller was 26 feet 10 inches long with a 32-foot wingspan and stood 8 feet tall. The UC-43 was equipped with the Pratt & Whitney R985 Wasp Jr., a 9-cylinder radial engine producing 450 horsepower. The UC-43 could cruise at 202 miles per hour and had a range of 670 miles. The aircraft could carry a pilot and 3 to 4 passengers with a scant 125 pounds of baggage. During the war, the U.S. military either purchased or leased stagger wings from private owners for the U.S. Army Air Force and the U.S. Navy. Post-war models reemerged on the market until they were overtaken by updated designs, not the least of which was Beechcraft's own Bonanza. The UC-43 featured in today's episode can be found at the National Museum of the United States Air Force. Delivered to the museum in 1974, it portrays a UC-43 Traveller in 8th Air Force service in 1943. This aircraft was originally produced for the Army, but was transferred to the Navy, where it served as a GB-2 during World War II. Thanks for watching today's episode on the elegant light transport from World War II. Like so many others, these civilian aircraft found a niche during that conflict and continue to be appreciated today. If you enjoyed the episode, please give it a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to be notified of upcoming episodes. Let us know your thoughts about the sleek 1930s executive transport in the comments, and tell us whether you would have wanted to own one back in the day. And we'll see you next time right here on Plane Legacy.